Peace and blessings. I am Minister Mustafaa Abdulhaq Abdallah of the Third Church of Jerusalem, House of Prayer, Temple of God. Today I want to speak about a recent incident that occurred in my hometown of Dayton, Ohio. It involves a young lady who was charged with killing her infant child by way of putting that child in a microwave oven. I believe the child was around 3 weeks old. I want to speak about it in terms of, one, our forgiveness of people, and two, in questioning the validity, the soundness of our justice and criminal system. First off, I believe that we should have compassion and extend forgiveness to all people, no matter what acts they commit, how heinous we may think it is, how evil, how bad we might think an action is of a person. We should extend compassion and forgiveness to them. And the reason being, and why I want to question our criminal system, is because we have yet to truly and fully understand the human state of mind, how the brain functions. Now, I want to give you an example. Let's say on one end we have normalcy, a person is sane. And on the other end we have a mentally challenged person, or even a person who may be deemed crazy, for lack of a better word. Those people who might be schizophrenic or bipolar, things of that nature. Now, both of these, well, all three of these, because they have to do with the human mind, they're all on the same line. There's a line here. And if we give the value of normalcy 800, and on this end the schizophrenic or the mentally challenged, say a score 300, then I ask, at what point along that line, as you move up and down that spectrum, at what point do you lapse from the normalcy into the mentally challenged or the craziness? And since we don't fully know that, then we need to be doing all we can to understand that before we are quick to lock somebody up, condemn them for life, or especially before we execute someone for committing a criminal act. We have to understand why we do the things we do. Why is it that one person can seem to be able to control themselves and another person can't? It's very easy just to condemn them and say that they're evil, or because they wanted to, that if they wanted to, they wouldn't kill. They had control of themselves. That's the easy way out. But I believe the truth is the conditions of our world says differently. Each person is a product of their environment, their upbringing, their immediate environment, their home life, and then the environment around them they grow up in, the people they deal with, interact with, or whatnot. And then also, we're a product of this brain inside our heads that we have not got a full grasp and understanding of. We are a victim to the wiring within our mind. You know, we don't understand how one little synapses not firing correctly could alter the entire perception that someone has of the world, themselves, and their actions. Knowing this, I mean, when we know this, knowing this, then how can we so easily and readily just condemn people without trying to help them? You know, we have to bring more compassion and love to the operation of this planet, of our governments. Excuse me. We have true control over very few functions of the human body. You know, we don't control our heart, our heartbeat, or our breathing, or our blinking. You know, we control very little. You know, we can have control over them for small periods of time if we truly concentrate. You know, but ultimately, you know, our body operates on its own. Our brain operates on its own. And even our thoughts operate on their own. You know, I challenge anyone to sit for just 3 minutes and try to stop your thoughts. Try not to think. And I guarantee that at some point within the 3 minutes, at the minimum, at the least, you're going to think about the very fact that you're not thinking. So how much control do we have over our thoughts and actions? And at what point do we lose total control? I believe we must find this out. We must do this for the sake of the human race. You know, we always like to say and always try to justify the things that we do to the animals on this planet by saying that we are of higher intelligence, that we are better than them. But ultimately, our actions are just like those animals. And if we don't do the things that show our supposed higher intelligence, then we are no better than these animals. If we are of higher intelligence, of higher consciousness, then let's show it. Let's bring it forth in the operations of this world and our government. We must do this for the advancement of the human race. God bless. Peace and love.